we are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Today we've got an interesting Week 11 matchup on tap between the Seattle Seahawks and the Los Angeles Rams. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Rams team as they interplay. They come in playing reasonably well.
Brandon Gaudin alongside, as always, my partner Charles Davis. And CD, in the few moments here before kickoff, let's give these folks at home a look at these two offenses by the numbers. What stands out to you?
Brandon, I just continue to be amazed by the analytics of the game, and it's an area where I continue to concentrate and study because I'm still trying to figure out how coaches and coordinators can really crunch the numbers and find where exactly on the field the defense is vulnerable. It's the game within the game. And if you really dive into it, it can be endlessly fascinating.
Jones. That's complete. It's Chris Godwin. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Just like that, it's a gain of 12 and a first down on their first play. And he has now hit number 500. Charles, that is his 500th NFL career catch.
Definitely worthy of applause, but I remember when 500 meant you were going to the Hall of Fame. Nowadays, in today's football, 500 puts you on the path, a significant number.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Throwing, Jones. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That allowed him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere.
Jones throw on target to Godwin here.
And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball. And sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
Well, they're currently the best in the NFL in converting on 3rd down, so it was no surprise there that they picked that one up.
And they've done it in many different ways throughout the season, Charles. Picking it up, running it, throwing it, just effective on 3rd downs all year long. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. The numbers for Mixon last week, pretty good as he found himself in the end zone on 2 separate occasions.
And those are the most important numbers because no matter what you pile up prior to the goal line, getting in is all that matters. Putting those numbers up on the board, and they love them when they're 6s.
On 2nd down and 4, Jones, and complete to Zach Ertz. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 37. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. 3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. A handoff, running left, Mixon.
Down at the 35, it'll be 2nd down.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Flushed out right, and he'll slide to a halt here. Still a little shy of the first down marker. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
This early in the game, it's all about making steady progress downfield, hoping to lead to early points. And you can do it with your actual play calls, or sometimes something a little more improvised, as we just saw there.
Off play action, Jones. Rush coming, and he he's taken down.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
And, Charles, part of the reason they lost last week, they didn't have a single sack, but they changed that quickly.
They talked about with us extensively. They needed to get pressure. How were they going to get to the quarterback? Obviously, they schemed themselves into a great play, didn't they?
Now Lutz for the field goal try. From the right hash, this from 53. The kick by Lutz is good. And the Rams have the first points here. It's 3-0.
So that, Charles, a season long right there.
And you know who's really excited about that? The special teams coordinator, because he's the one who has to tell the head coach in pregame, this is where we trust him from. This distance, he can hit it, and he repaid that trust by knocking that one right through.
The Rams kickoff team on the field, and here we go with the ball in the air.
This fielded right at the goal line. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
So here come the Seahawks now for their first drive.
They'll be led out by the #1 overall pick back in 2020 from LSU. It's Joe Burrow.
And there was a positive in last week's loss. No interceptions thrown by him. But he only threw 1 touchdown pass, and you know he wants that to improve. He might even consider that as part of the reason that they couldn't take the win last time out. I believe we'll see a more aggressive version of him this week whenever they're nearing the end zone.
Here we go, here we go.
They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. In motion right is Watkins. The first carry now for Tony Pollard. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it.
Open man, it's complete to Higgins. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
When you give up points on the opening drive, in this case a field goal, you'd hate to go 3 and out. They avoid that.
They do, and it's also walking that fine line mentally, too, as a coach, isn't it? Because you want to emphasize to your team exactly what you said. All right, we gave up a field goal. Let's go back and at least equal that, guys. But if we don't, you don't want them to feel like it's the end of the world either. Nice that they were able to pick up the first down there, help them relax a little bit.
Back to the ground. This time it's Chubb. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go.
Here we go, here we go.
They'll send the tight end in motion left. On 3rd down, it's Nick Chubb. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive continues. 2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10.
The Seahawks at 2-7 now in the year. And they come in the midst of a pretty bad stretch here. Losers of 5 straight.
And far be it from me to go ahead and go gloom and doom, right? If they fall down 7-0, 14-0, all of a sudden the cycle starts all over again. So the best way out of this for them, they need something to happen positive early in this game. That's a great way to help break this losing skid.
1-1, ready?
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. And some space here. That one good for 14 and a Seahawk first.
A gain of 14, and the Seahawks first down.
Here we go.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Seahawk football here to start quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 1st and 10. from the gun. It's a give to Chubb. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
And they'll work this down inside the 30.
So 2 of 2 on third down conversions on this drive, and now they face a 3rd and 3 here. They give to Chubb out of the gun, and he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Now Justin Tucker's out to try the field goal. This one from 46 yards out. Tucker's kick is good, and that will tie us at 3-3. So a return of serve, so to speak, here on the second drive of our game as they respond to that opening field goal with 3 of their own.
I like that. Going a little tennis on me,
I know you. You like to mix it up with sports.
That. They crack a forehand back out and they get a backhand. What was the return on?
It was a backhand.
I like that.
Really good backhand.
With some nice top spin on the whole thing. I love it. Almost a mirror image when you really get down to it. I thought that was pretty good stuff.
Each team with a possession, each team with a field goal as the kick is away. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. So the Rams coming back onto the field, their second drive of the game.
And if you just look at this game, Charles, on paper, they've got the edge, no doubt. They're hanging around the top of the NFC. On the other side, you got a squad that's towards the bottom of the NFC. But when we mention that to the coach...
And now off to the races, down the right side. 20, 10, touchdown, LA.
Chris Godwin with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Rams have taken the lead.
I don't think you can get any more efficient or tidy, whatever word you want to use in that. And one play, 75 yards in zone.
Yeah, efficient, tidy, excellent words. How about explosive? 75 yards, one play. That means everyone handled their assignment, doesn't it? It doesn't just mean that the defense broke down. They really executed the way that was drawn up on the whiteboard. Big-time play, big-time result.
On the return, Tony Pollard from his end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their second drive. Just a lone field goal for them so far, trailing 10-3 as they come up 1st and 10. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Tackled by Bradley Chubb, the number 5 pick in the 2018 draft.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
And they'll send the slot in motion left. On second down, it's Pollard. And here's another tackle made at the line. So they're converging well on the football now. Officially nothing on that one, no gain. So they're left with still 10 to go on third down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. 5 yards, not enough, and it'll be 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Walked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back, but how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
Here we go, here we go.
Fourth down, here's Joe Burrow. And it's going to be batted down. It will go the other way with the football. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Rams get the football in outstanding field position. Mixon with a first down carry. And they've got it in the red zone now, down at about the 19. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Back to throw. Jones. That's into the hands of the tight end, Boyle. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. First target, first catch, and a first down. Now they'll throw here, out of the gun. Over the middle, he finds Godwin, complete. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left. Inside handoff to Mixon. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. Joe Mixon, his 7th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Rams go up by 2 touchdowns. Lutz good on the extra point. And the lead is now 17-3. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it all culminated in the touchdown run coming from Joe Mixon. Fielded just outside the goal line. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Seahawks again now ready to take over on offense.
As this offense gets ready here for this drive, Charles, you still wonder about that prior drive. Went for it on 4th down in their own territory, didn't get it, and then that led to a touchdown on the other side.
And I don't mind the aggressiveness. In fact, I'm usually a huge fan of it, but I just want teams to always...
He's got him in, complete.
And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. If there was one knock on Joe Burrow coming out of LSU, it was arm strength, but kind of put those doubts to rest right there.
And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
That sure looked like a nice call by the defense, and they're very cohesive in their coverage. As soon as he cut inside, they broke on the football and met him as the ball got there and forced the incompletion.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Again, it's Burrow. That's complete to his tight end Freiermuth. And they're going to get him down shy of the 1st at about the 13-yard line. Already down 2 scores. They're going to go for this rather than settle for 3. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. And it's going to be batted down, and will go the other way with the football. The Seahawks go for it but can't convert. And the Rams are going to take possession of the turnover on downs. Now Jones throwing to start the drive. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Mixing up the middle. And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
On 3rd down, Mixon. And he was able to shed 1 tackle but could not get away from there.
Now a second timeout called for by the defense, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. So from their own end zone here, this kicks away. The 44-yard punt, they're going to wind up losing yardage on the return, though. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10.
The Seahawks going to take over now late in this first half. And with great starting field position, 1 timeout in their pocket, they could still come away with points here in the late going.
First down, here's Burrow.
That's taken in by Higgins. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
First down now, but that clock rolling.
Oh, that's through a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Darnell Savage. And the Rams are going to take possession here at their own 33. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
I have to give some credit to the defender on that when he read all of his keys perfectly, got a great break on the ball, and able to force that incompletion.
On 2nd and 10, Jones. They'll set up the screen here to mix him. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. Here's Jones on 1st and 10.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw again.
Pass caught. It's Romeo Doubs.
And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 41-yard line. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. He's got the distance, but it's no good. Wide to the right, and this will remain a 2-touchdown game.
Past the halfway point of the season, and now past the halfway point of this game. We skip halftime and get right back to the action. Set to begin the third quarter.
Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3.
Pollard to return from the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Seahawk offense set to go to begin this third quarter. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They're passing here. Joe Burrow.
Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down.
A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Now it's Burrow. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Watkins.
And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball in the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route.
Burrow's throw complete there to Beckham.
And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. And they go play action now. Burrow. Slide. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Dayo Odeyingbo
able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time.
Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first.
Wide open is Watkins. He's got him. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle is going to be made at the Rams' 35. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on 3rd down that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a first down. I think the defense fell asleep at the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands. It sort of looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
To throw again on 2nd down. Burrow. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. This one complete into the hands of Higgins. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle is going to be made at the Rams' 15-yard line. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And the Rams will take over here at their own 12-yard line.
They were well aware of the scoreboard as they went into halftime, and they know how tough it's been to put up any kind of points. But if there's a positive after that play, is that they were able to take a shot at the end zone on their opening drive of this half. The negative, though, that shot at 6 ended in an interception, and we know that's not going to jumpstart this struggling offense.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Off the play fake. Jones rolling to his right, and that's incomplete.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
Jones now on 3rd down. Ertz over the middle. And he is going to have a Rams first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make...
They're looking for Godwin, but now he's hit on the return. It's a loose football. And I think they are going to get this one back. Boy, that would have been something. Double turnovers, but instead they'll keep the possession on the INT. And they'll bring the big tight end across the formation left. Here's Nick Chubb as they try to fire up this run game. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Burrow throwing for his running back, and he's got it complete. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. On 3rd down, Burrow. That's out to Chubb, complete. And he is going to be stopped at the 12, short of the first down. That'll give him 8 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. Now Justin Tucker is out to try to field goal. And this one will be a 29-yard attempt. Tucker's kick is good. And a second field goal here gets him back with an 11 now. It's 17-6.
So kind of disappointing there. I mean, yes, they get the 3, but with starting field position like that, 3's not what you're banking on.
No, and you just have to wonder if you can afford to let chances like that continue to pass you by. You've got to find ways to get the ball to the end zone and put 6s on the scoreboard.
And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25.
So here are the Rams to take over. They were losers a week ago to Arizona, but they're on top here as they start this drive with a 1st and 10. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards. On the delay, it's Mixon. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Again, it's Mixon.
And he'll be pretty well stopped in his tracks. Give him a yard up to the 42.
But now they're in a spot that every team tells us when we have our production meetings they don't want to be in, 3rd and long. And that's because those back-to-back running plays just didn't accomplish a whole lot.
Working the sideline here. Did he get the feet in? Yes, they say that he did. Nice job tapping both of them down.
It'll be a gain of 16 for number 16.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot.
Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Rams out in front here. They've got control of the football as well as we get set for the 4th quarter. Now here's a throw that's complete.
And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. More muscle up front for this 2nd and 2. They've got 3 tight ends out there.
They go back to the ground now with Mixon. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what we said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3 and out. Let's get off the field. Instead, they can't find any traction towards doing that. Right now, they're just getting muscle all over the field and getting pushed down it.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Now Jones.
That one thrown away from the pocket. The officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Chidobe with a pick.
And the Seahawks are right back in this football game.
That is the play they needed in a 2-score game here in the 4th quarter.
No doubt about it. They did what they had to do to give themselves a chance to get back into the game. They turned it over to the offense. They are now in charge.
Now they need to execute. The first play of the drive there is incomplete.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Burrow once again here on 2nd and 10. And the Rams got him. They bring him down. The offense on 3rd down, 5 out of 9 thus far. This will be 3rd and forever. Now Burrow. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Seahawks go for it but can't convert. And my goodness, that means this next drive will begin 4 yards from the end zone already. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Just looking at it from a defensive perspective, when you break the huddle in the red zone, tight end is one of the guys you've got to key on because quarterbacks want the ball in their hands fast in this position, and they want to get it to someone. And in this case, he had the play. They just didn't complete it.
Calling a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal. Throwing Jones. And it's complete. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown Rams.
Romeo Doubs
from 3 yards out.
And the Rams look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter.
Lutz with the extra point. And the lead is up to 18 now. set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Pollard to return from the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Now the ball now going back over the Seattle Seahawks offense. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide.
And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline.
Pass interference. Defense.
So they will wave off the flag and let the completion stand.
Really great job by the receiver fighting through all the contact and still coming down with the football. All that great work in practice being put into the game.
Throwing now, Burrow on first down. And he's going to be intercepted for the third time thus far. Jalen Petrie picks it up. And the Rams are going to get it back here just past the 35. Well, just another reason to celebrate there on the defensive side with the interception, and this is a game that they clearly have firmly in their grasp.
Yeah, a lot of handshakes, a lot of hugs, a lot of smiles. It's been their day.
The drive will commence with a run by Mixon, and he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Jones on 3rd and 2. The connection here with Nelson Aguilar. And he is going to have a Rams first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
Oh, that one well designed as he'll take this down to the 30-yard line. 63 yards on the ground for him now as he's done that on 15 carries.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. Back to Mixon on first down. And he's got room. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. Once again, they run with Mixon. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.